Wassup Creatives? My name is Chereese. Welcome to VEDA Day 10. I'll be vlogging every day in April because God gave me the green light and told me to go. So I'm taking action. However, every day is unknown to me because I'm following an itinerary that I did not create. So every day I'll be taking actionable steps to being the person I know I am. Let's see what's on the itinerary today. On my personal calendar, I have the Canva Create Summit at 1. That's 1 to 2. And then I have a webinar for feature film writers at 10 p.m., 10 to 11, because it's West Coast time. So yeah, I have a big break in between, so that's great. So we can get the task done for today, and we can edit day 9. Okay, let's see what the task is for today. This is week 2. Week 1 is in this playlist. You can find all the videos there. I'm not looking at anything else. Today is April 10th. Work on your screenplay for just 20 minutes. Let it be easy. Okay. I could do that because yesterday, didn't we say I have to bring screenwriting back to the forefront? Okay, so some backstory on my feature. I began writing it in 2021, and it was just supposed to be, just something for me to be writing. And I put a post out about it, it's not, every script doesn't have to be the script. And then I turned around and made it the script. So it was supposed to be a short, and the scenes just kept coming, so it turned into a feature. Which it probably didn't. Don't be like me. Don't be like me, because the scope of a short is not the scope of a feature-length film. You just don't add scenes. If I could be honest with myself, I definitely need to rewrite it. I haven't finished the first draft, the 0 draft, because it was just like a dump. But I haven't finished the ending because I don't know how to end it right now. But I already know that I want to scrap the beginning and add scenes and take the scenes out, things like that. But I don't want to do that before I finish getting the dump script out. But then I put it on the back burner around maybe, I want to say 22. I don't even think I looked at it in 23. It was just lack of motivation, discouragement, that's all. Still love the characters, still love the story, still love what I'm exploring, still love the themes and all the symbolism and things like that. Still love all of that. But I know it can be better. So that is me holding myself accountable to write a better script because I know it's in there. Okay, backtrack. So I have my MFA in writing and producing for television. We didn't really touch on feature length because we were writing for TV. We were just writing series. And I have ideas for days, in my notes and things, that. But just this last month or two, I took 2 screenwriting courses. So one wasn't specifically screenwriting, but it was about indie film. So it was just a whole master class on, writing the script, how to go about shooting for production, how to find crew, how to accumulate funds and crowdfunding, sponsors, and things like that. So that was a whole master class on indie production. But I also took the 7 7 screenwriting mistakes. That was the basis of the class. So, and that was just basically all about script. So it was, breaking down top scripts. What should be taken out of your script? How should your action lines be written? How should all the things. He did touch on some things that even weren't touched on in my master's program. So that was very helpful. I took a lot of notes. And if I can find the links for these classes again, I will definitely put them in the description. They were both free and worth it. You're getting a lot of knowledge for just basically your time. I'm going to review this really quickly. 1246. The Canva Create starts at 1. So I'm going to review this very quickly. Maybe take notes on my notes. Like what is something I want to focus on for the end of my script. So yeah, I want to take notes on my notes. And then I'll come back after Canva Create and we'll work for the 20 minutes, which probably will be longer, but let's just say 20 minutes. Disregard that. It's already 12:52. So I'm just going to log into the event. And we'll do the notes together. So I'll see you in an hour.
Our tools were divided. There were tools for productivity. We have taken the entire visual suite and brought it all together, all in one design.
So you're telling me each page of my design can be any format I choose?
Exactly.
Okay, first I have to send an Uber for my mother. But, okay. 304, both day 7 and day 8 have been promoted on Instagram and Twitter. That's great. And I guess now I can get started with day 10, which is this. Get started on the task, which is I have to write. Low key, I prefer to write at night because just like the house is quiet, everybody's sleeping, I can just be tunnel vision, literally like in the dark, maybe a lamp and the computer screen to light my way, That's how I prefer to do it. But it doesn't always happen that way. And yes, I can write during the day. I've written during the day before. It's just that I know any minute now the house is going to be buzzing and it's going to distract me low key. Let's review some of the notes. Oh, fuck. I got to send the Uber. Sorry. This is me. There's so much going on. Okay. Please hold. Okay, mommy's en route, so she'll be here fairly soon. Alright, let's go over these notes real quick. From the 7 screenwriting mistakes, Number 1 was the mother of all mistakes. You're writing with the end goal of selling your script. Yeah. And the solution, this is the first thing I wrote, focus on creating a stellar sample, which will win you meetings in Hollywood and put you in contention for representation and writing assignments, which is how pro screenwriters earn their living, not by selling spec scripts. So spec scripts are basically scripts that you haven't been paid for. But what you want to aim to do is have a great sample which you can pitch, and so everyone knows your writing style, your voice, things like that. And now you have meetings. Now you can sit in rooms. Now all the things, and that's how you make your living, not by trying to sell scripts or that one script, And that's the thing. So like this course was all about becoming a professional screenwriter, and then the indie one was all about do it yourself. You're doing it yourself. You don't need a studio. You don't need agents. You don't need it to all of that. So it's really like which you have to choose. You have to choose, right? Which track are you on? You can do both, and most people do both, but you can't write the script having both in mind. Or maybe I shouldn't think like that, right? Why can't a micro budget script get me into rooms? Why can't an impactful, theme driven, or just like that indie feel, why can't that move me? Why can't that film put me in rooms with execs and in writers' rooms? Or getting me pitched different films. Whole thing you want to do is showcase your writing, your style, your voice. Okay, but these notes are more so, I should be looking at these when I'm ready to write my draft 1. Right? When I'm ready to do that rewrite, then I should be looking at these notes. Right now, just trying to figure out an ending is what I need to be doing. And I also think I don't have a clear ending because, like I said, I was writing it as a short. I guess it was going to be open-ended. And then if it's going to be open-ended, do I want it to be a... Can it be a pilot for a series? For me, because I write in so many different mediums and styles, I guess you would say, genres, I have to choose which format I want to write it in. So I get the idea, but is it a play? Is it a short story? Is it a poem? Is it a feature? Is it a series? Is it a mini-series? Is it fiction? It's like, shoot, is it a comment? Is it a tweet? Is it a journal entry? Like, you have to know how you want to present the story. Right now, as it stands, it's like a long ass short. And so it needs to be worked. Good afternoon. I know the prompt, the task was 20 minutes, but I'm going to set a timer for an hour. My hour is up. I had stopped in the middle of an argument, so I just picked up from there. I wrote maybe a page, just dialogue. Like I said, I ultimately want to rewrite this script. I still haven't finished the argument, but it's dwindling down. So I got the main points in that I wanted to get in. This still isn't the ending. Like, this isn't like the final scene, so I still need to work on that. But at this point, I'm not even following the outline that I wrote in 2021. This is new ideas. The characters taking over too. So the ending can literally be anything, and that's what's messing with me. But yeah, the hour's up, and now it's time to edit. It's 5:21. So I have about less than 5 hours to edit before my next webinar.
This will end because nothing is forever. Like, at some point, what you are going through will stop, and then you can be on to the next thing. And our business, it ebbs and flows. It's like by definition, it's creative and business intertwined together. So like it's never going to be like a straight thing all the way through. Ebbs and flows. We are in an ebb. At some point, the tide has got to come back in. It has to. Like, they have to make things to sell them, and they, whether they want to accept it or not, they're going to need us to write them. Sometimes turning it into a short story, like I have, I've done 2 of these now, where it's like short stories have been bought as IP, and then they brought on a writer to adapt them. Like, publishing on Reddit, like, just make sure you're protecting the property however you can protect a short story that you publish online. But I would also say it's like when, best case scenario, you write a spec or specs, it gets you a meeting. When you are meeting with those producers, do some research on them first, and see, like, check out the company, see what the company has produced, know what their history is. Because a lot of times, like with my specs, they didn't want to buy my specs. They liked me as a writer, and they brought me into, like, we have ideas, like, Child's Play meets Shopping Mall. Can you do